Alright, so I wanted to do a little update video because, as Centurion pointed out, I haven't made a video in 4 days. Where to even start? My regular job has been working me to my bone. Today was actually the first day that I got home at a decent time and had time to do anything after I got home. Last night I tried to do some drawing, but I was so mentally exhausted I messed it up. Like, I messed it up royally, and it's oil paint, so I got to figure out how to fix it. But yeah, it has been a very long and trying week. Not only from the perspective of labor, but also just mentally very draining week. And I signed on to YouTube a few days ago, and I actually got hit, slapped for that Bayaktar video. It is no longer in the catalog, if you've noticed. And as things have developed on the ground, and as we're finally getting bits and pieces of video from southeast Ukraine, particularly Donetsk, although the channel that I was following, that was a reporter who was actually getting his videos out, his channel's been taken down now too, which is why it bothers me when people, like when someone says, yeah, but Ukraine did this to these people in this region, and people are like, well, where's the video evidence? It's been censored. Like, even on DTube, I remember I was on DTube when the Crimean situation went critical. If you don't know, that was 2014 when it just, everything went insane in southeast Ukraine. The separatists declared full-on secession. They took the help of the Russian government to do so. And even before that happened, the separatists were already trying to secede in southeastern Ukraine. And the Ukrainian government was, let's admit it, they were committing human rights atrocities in southeast Ukraine. And under Poroshenko, it did not get any better. It actually got, well, I guess it really didn't get worse, but it didn't get any better. And I wish I could say that under Zelensky it had gotten better, but it didn't. I remember there was a story that the reporter was talking about before he got taken offline, where a woman in a town outside of Donetsk in 2014, her house was hit by a shell from the Ukrainian military, destroyed the house, killed her husband. She rebuilt the house, and 4 days ago, the Ukrainian government shelled it again, and her house is gone again. Luckily, she wasn't home for it. And I'm in no way excusing what the Russian government is doing to civilians over there. I mean, it's absolutely atrocious. All war is. War itself is atrocious. But after a decade and a half, what can you do? Like I said, I was on DTube at the time. I was watching these videos happen. Like, just flooding in from southeastern Ukraine. All these videos of civilians being attacked. And even DTube, which is supposed to be a censorship-free platform, has even removed those videos and accounts now. You can't find them. And I've realized now that what happened over the past 2 years really was just a soft run for a new form of the techno state and the ability of the government to work with the tech oligarchs to create narratives, to shape the minds of entire nations through censorship. And that's becoming very, very clear now. And yeah, so mentally, it's been a very draining week, because all of the things that in the back of my mind I remembered 15 years ago when the DoD on their website published that our research facilities were being retrofitted to do GOF research on Soviet weapons. And for 15 years, that article stayed on the Department of Defense website until Undersecretary Newland decided to let the cat out of the bag in a live aired congressional hearing before the Senate Foreign Affairs Committee. And magically, the next day, these documents that had been on the DoD website for a decade and a half just disappeared. The links went dead. The PDFs just disappeared. And I feel cheated, like royally cheated. I feel bamboozled to the furthest extent of that word. That I knew this stuff in the back of my head from over a decade ago, and I had hoped things had changed, and I was sold a narrative that things had changed, and within this past week, that entire narrative collapsed, because now we know that the Azov Guard is still a thing. It's still a prominent branch of the military over there. It's still a problem. It's still a problem. So I'll probably get slapped for this video if I'm being any sort of honest. But whatever. I'm just at a point where I don't care anymore. It's like someone said, just have an opinion. Just have your opinion. And that's my opinion, is that what's happening over there is atrocious, but I refuse to pick sides. I just refuse to pick sides. The only people I'm with are the civilians that are held hostage by these governments, that are carrying out political wars with their bodies in the crosshairs. I feel for them. I really do. But I don't feel for the governments in this at all. But today, I actually had a shorter day. I wasn't working until well after supper. And I got to just stop for a little bit and relax and do some work that I actually wanted to do. I had my first successful mandala die today. So that was something. I might put a picture in the Discord about it. But yeah, that's the update. I got hit with a restriction earlier this week. Didn't know when I could make videos again. Honestly, didn't care. I've been working like crazy. Psychologically speaking, I'm not in a great place. I wasn't in a great place. I'm still not in a great place, but I'm a little bit better today than I have been. Because as someone who used to be a journalist, I'm one of my news pages is still not perma-banned. Two of them have been permanently banned. I'm never going to get those channels back. And when I was a journalist, like, I would try so hard to vet my sources. And like even now, most of my sources come from Glenn Greenwald and Matt Taibbi. Because I have a huge amount of respect for how much those journalists actually source their material. And their material is getting taken down now. Like, these are two of the most reputable journalists of my generation, and they can't even publish their work anymore. Because the internet censorship has just gotten so overbearing. And I've been in a bad place because of it. I'll be honest about it. I've been in a bad place because I stopped journalism in 2012. 2012, I do believe. That's when the shooting in Berkeley, Missouri happened. And I was told by my editor, you're going to lie about this or you're going to lose your place on staff. And I told him to piss off because I wasn't going to lie about it. If any of you remember that situation, there was a cop at a gas station just talking to people in the community, and this kid came up. He was trying to get his blood so he could get in on a gang, and he didn't think to take the safety off his gun first. So the cop saw the gun, saw the dude fidgeting with the safety, and shot him. And I was told by my editor, who is still a pretty influential editor to this day, that I was going to lie and say that the kid was unarmed and the cop shot him out of cold-blooded racism. And I just refused because that wasn't the situation. And that should have been my sign right then, that this entire thing was going to go downhill. And I guess I was just like on a hope and a prayer that it wouldn't, and I was wrong. But yeah. Psychologically, mentally, physically, everything. This has been a very long week. A very long, very difficult week. But hopefully things are looking up a little bit more for me. Oh, also, I got slapped with a $250 electric bill. When my electric bill is rarely over $150, it was $250 this month. Which is why I wasn't complaining about getting all the extra work this week, because I kind of needed it. But, yeah, been a rough week. I couldn't post videos. Now I'm hoping I can post videos. I'm going to try to post this, see if it works. And just taxed. I'm so taxed. But like I said, I had my first successful mandala tie-dye this week. Today, an hour ago, I finally got this thing that I'm not going to give an exact number of how many times I tried to get this thing right. Let's just say it's over half a dozen. And I finally got it right today. So that helped get me in a much better place, like mentally, as far as like feeling good about myself. Self-love, self-care, self-improvement. that used to be the slogan of this channel back before I started doing music videos, where we only focus on those things. Shadow work and self-improvement, self-love. But yeah, there's the update. I know that it was rambling. It was kind of here and there, but my brain's kind of here and there right now. So it is what it is. Until next time, I love you all, and hopefully I don't get my channel permanently banned for making this video. Until next time, be notorious.